Communication is the pillar that language, as a whole, functions to provide to any one individual. English, and by extension, literacy, is no different. Hi, my name is Jordan Lonigan, and in this presentation, I will be exploring English and literacy as seen through the Australian curriculum. Through these findings, I will critically analyse the differences between the two. We often take for granted how our minds automate the use of English in our everyday lives. The Australian curriculum outlines and guides our teaching of foundational English through ensuring that these rules we adults use without thinking are taught and built upon. This can be seen in the Australian curriculum foundational year content descriptors, recognize and generate rhyming words, alliteration patterns, symbols and patterns in spoken words, as well as recognize and name all upper and lowercase letters and know the most common sound for each letter. And those are just to name a few examples. Through this, we can see how an activity such as singing could be used to rhyme words together to educate the children on sounds, rhymes, and patterns during a group time context. The effectiveness of this activity can be seen through its use of play as a learning conduit, as well as the socially designed group experience, which aims to implement learning through social interaction and connections, as outlined within social cultural theory. Alternatively, literacy refers to recognizing texts or stories and responding to them. This can include decoding the ideas found within text, as well as the creation of texts and presentations to encapsulate those ideas. This can be seen within the foundational year content descriptions in the Australian curriculum. Read decodable and predictable texts, practicing phrasing and fluency, and monitor meaning using concepts about print and emerging contextual, semantic, and grammatical phonic knowledge, as well as deliver short oral presentations to peers. An activity to help support development in literacy could be interpreting texts in a group discussion and creating a text with a message or idea in whatever the style the child wishes. Doing this explores the use of multiliteracies, the idea that literacy and communication of ideas is beyond verbal language, and can be explored in a range of media. This child-centered learning can also be supported through its holistic-centered nature in the EYLF. When looking at both English and literacy, we can see how they share a deep connection in the way it prompts the understanding of the English language to communicate. However, as we dive deeper into the core of English and literacy within the English curriculum, we begin to see some key differences. From the English content descriptor, recognize and generate rhyming words, alliteration patterns, syllables, and sounds in spoken words, we can see how English focuses on the rules of language and encourages that study through which to use proper communication. However, from the literacy content descriptor, read decodable and predictable text, practicing phrasing fluency, and monitor meaning using concepts about print and emerging contextual, semantic, grammatical, and phonic knowledge, we see how literacy uses English in order to decode and take ideas from a given text. Therefore, one must be competent in English in order to begin developing literacy, as one needs to be able to understand letters, words, and grammar, and the rules behind them, in order to have the ability to decode a text. In conclusion, by looking at the Australian curriculum, we see how English in a learning setting focuses on the grammatical rules of the language, while literacy is the decoding of text to find meaning and ideas while using English as a tool to express the ideas of the user. My name is Jordan Lonigan, and thank you so much for listening to my presentation.